Good morning to you. It's Andy Wright Travel and Thailand news and some news stories that come out in various social media. One of which is about the single entry tourist visa, the tourist visa that's supposed to reinitiate the tourist scene in Thailand, allowing you to go if you have applied for this particular visa, which will minimum stay 60 days, right up to 90 days, and then various, The problem with all of this is very confusing, and trying to keep up with it, I have no chance because, you read one article, and as we have done here with the nation, and this visa here is on about now requiring foreigners to show funds of 500k, that's Thai baht, which equates to about 12,500 quid in the bank, provable by bank statements that you have to obviously send in when you apply for the permission to go. And this story came out, well, basically this was posted 6 hours ago. The new financial arrangement has been confirmed on the websites of several Thai embassies. It seems that they don't want anybody to come, and this obviously applies to the STV, is for low-risk countries. Well, unfortunately, the UK is not a low-risk country, so it's going to be anybody coming from the UK or whatever. You're not going to be able to apply for it anyway. But if you're applying for this visa, you will have to go through some hoops. They're saying that you should have previous applicants for the SCTV had to show proof that they had a balance of 20,000 Thai baht or 40,000 for families. And obviously this was depending on the Thai embassy that was being applied to. And now it's going to be 500,000. If you're applying from the UK, that's 12.5k or 12,800 for the 6 months period. For example, the Thai embassy in Washington is requiring you to have $17,000 or 500,000 baht each month for the last 6 months. Now, obviously, then you need to have your other things. Certificate of entry, declaration form, quarantine booking, fit to fly, COVID negative test, insurance policy, which provides a minimum $100,000 and there's also a new this new rule which applies to this new rule also applies to foreign property owners, which we'll cover in a moment. However, this thing, it's going to be very difficult for anybody who is, basically a backpacker who used to travel 60 days to travel around Thailand. They're obviously going to find it very difficult to apply for a visa. Now, as I said, as I said before, news comes out and it's very confusing because actually the news is not entirely true. So there is actually another thing that's come out, and I saw it on Facebook. It's a Facebook post that basically says they have dropped the idea of the 500,000 Thai baht thing. So you obviously have to do all the other things, and also bear in mind there's a requirement you for 14 days quarantine ASQ, which will cost you minimum 28,000 baht, up to God knows what. Average people paying 50,000 for a hotel stay, and there are horror stories of the experience. Not something that I want to repeat here, but you can go and look it up. There are various channels that can tell you what it's like. But you can see that extra expense. It's becoming very, very expensive to even step foot in Thailand. You have to commit to the 14 days at the moment, otherwise you will not get anywhere near the certificate of entry permission. So that's another story which has not changed in the last few months. They were talking about reducing it down to 10 days and 7 days, blah, blah, blah. But that's not happened. And of course, we're in the UK. It's a high risk or medium risk compared to what they're requiring the countries to be from low risk. And you can put in there, you can put in China on that, because they do have tourists coming in. It is very, very confusing. So money in the bank or not? It looks like it's not, but it could be, depending on where you apply and which country you come from. You may end up having to have this money. If you've got that sort of money, you may as well apply for a retirement visa at that rate, because, you're talking about 500,000. That is basically what you require to apply for it. So you may as well just do it. It doesn't make sense, and still there's nothing for anybody who cannot do 60 days, unlike me. You can't just visit. That's it. You can't just do a month. You have to do 60 days or more. Bear in mind that you're going to waste 14 of that in a hotel room. And of course, bear in mind all of the other crap that's going on with the unreliability of PCR tests which they use. The PCR rate of failure is actually quite high, so you can actually get a positive test and not even have it, or vice versa. But it is actually 97% false positives. So that even though you've had a test, it doesn't mean that's absolute diddly spot in the bigger picture. So I don't know why they're relying on that, because it has been proven, but hey ho, I suppose they have to start somewhere. Now, a lot of people will be saying, oh, you're only saying the same old, same old. Yes, unfortunately, it is the same old. And as far as I can see, unless you're actually going to be going there for a long time, then you have no choice. You have to wait. And it's not easy, because they keep on putting in various requirements, such as that now there's a requirement for you to have insurance, another insurance from the Thailand insurance company, which I don't see why I need that, because I have my travel insurance is 2 million healthcare, so I think that trumps whatever insurance that they're going to come up with. So the last thing that I was going to say was the foreign property owners thing. So this is the other thing that I was going to talk about, just very briefly. Foreigners who own property, well, you can't own it, but you know what I mean. They're, before you get too excited, there are a load of other requirements. You need to provide documentation that you do indeed own a property, which could be in the form of the house registration or proof of purchase. Also, you need to have at least 3 million in a Thai bank. You need to show a bank statement and have a balance, but I think that's probably obsolete now. That's the 500,000. You need all the rest of it, the fit to fly, insurance policies, ASQ, blah, blah, blah. And then you need to apply for the non-B visa. Obviously, some give some property owners hope, but not very many. And there we go. So, applying to the Thai embassy of your country. Anyway, I hope you're as confused as I am, because I'm still none the wiser, and the information that you get out there changes daily. Have a good day. Catch you later. Bye for now.